Alright, I fought with two of the springs to get it on there and just keep the back up a little bit. Can you see it? Yeah, there it is. See the back up? It's just a tiny little bit there. Past the pots. Maybe this side. Yeah, there you go. See? Just want to keep that off the body. For now, we're going to need to go back to the neck. Now the neck had a shim. The neck had a shim. I remember saying I was going to measure the shim that was in there. 0.44 millimeters, 0.42, 0.43, 0.42. So it's an average. 44 at the end. 43, 42, it's all over the place. I'm wondering, let me see what this looks like with no shim. Oh yeah, it definitely needs to be angled back. Otherwise it will never be straight. It needs to be angled back for sure. So they got a 0.42, 0.43. I need to get my bag and see what I've got. Let's see if we can make that work. And I'm going to save that little piece of wood, as I've saved all the other little pieces of wood I've pulled out of post holes and other things. Never know when they'll come in handy. Alright. That'll need to go like that. Let's turn her face over. How does it look? Oh, that's bad. That's badass. I think that's badass. Hope it is. Well, that only took a second, didn't it? So I found some strings, and this is my first experience with these tuners. I don't have any holes in them, so I can't do my luthier's knot, so I'm kind of forced to do this plan of sticking it down the middle and curling it around the side and winding it up. I think I like the luthier's knot version better. I think these were maybe pre-luthier's knot. Well, they're on, and they're all over the board. Now we'll have to see what kind of adjustments we need to make. Alright, so you were witness to my first time with these style tuners. Alright, let's get some tension up and see what we can do. I found a design flaw in this bridge. The set screw to adjust the tension for the whammy arm is way too low. You can't get to it unless you loosen up all the front screws and take the springs off the back and pop it up with your finger like that. Try to adjust this thing. to have some tension so that when you stick it in there, it'll stay around where you want it to be. What a pain in the ass that is. However, I found that the saddles and the screws are quite an upgrade from what came on this thing. I almost had it tuned. Okay, it's been a while since the last clip just behind me here had been done. That was done in late fall 2022. It's now January 2023. And I've had to basically do a different ending for this video because I've had to do some extra work since I worked on it. I've had a hell of a time getting the shims right for this neck. I had to increase it more and more and play with the truss rod quite a lot to get the settings just right so I can get the action where I want it, which is way down there. Ooh, can you see that? Yeah, way down there. And still play like it's supposed to. Gonna try to keep it in tune this time. Alright, so everything turned out pretty good. I'm very happy with it. All of that, you know, box rash that I had initially on the corners, all gone. Took a lot of work to buff all that stuff out, but worked out really nice. So now it's actually better than it would have been brand new out of the factory and not a B-stock. So there's no boost, and I've got it on the standard reverb with the deluxe speaker turned off. I want to show you the functions. Volume is volume, although it's like a 50K pot I think they're using, and I put a treble bleed circuit on it because when you turned it down to about there before it went off, it still goes down faster than a standard guitar circuit, but I'm getting some all the way down now. Yeah, it's almost off at 3. It is off at 3. Starts to come back on at 4. So that's a really big difference than what it was without the bleed circuit in there. This pot is marked tone, but it's actually what the circuit calls a TBX. It has a center off position for no added tonal circuit. So in this position, raw. Now if I go forward, I can add treble. Back to the center. And then you can add bass, like a normal tone circuit would. So the advantage is you have the treble boost. And then here is the whole boost circuit for being able to amplify the output that goes to the input of the amplifier and to be able to drive it hard. So let's say we're here. This is a G, and I start to rotate that up to the top. Now, because when you plug this in, you turn the battery on every time, you have to remember to unplug it. Unless you put a switch on here that I intended to do but forgot, so that I could leave that plugged in and just turn the switch on and off, because every time you plug that in, your battery is now engaged. And the boost circuit is always active because you can't actually turn it full off. You can only turn it down to 1. So at 1 it plays that. Middle position, neck. Those 3 positions sound beautiful at 1 with this chosen 65 Deluxe. Like I said, you can drive it really hard. So those are the functions of these 3 knobs now. Boost. I wish they would have sent me a knob that said Boost TBX. But they didn't send any knobs. So I had to get them myself because they chose North American sized pots. I had to buy the set, as I've told you, and I couldn't find anything that said Boost or TBX. But anyway, I know what they do. So this is the Clapton. It sounds really great. The Roswell pickups respond well to the amplifier that's in here, and I'm really quite proud of how it turns out. Okay, let's give this a shot. Let's start on the neck position. Full volume, middle TBX, and the boost is down, and it's still voluminous because there's still some boost. Very nice. Let's see what we can get away with on this. It could be recognizable. Let's hope. So, distinct sounds, distinct sounds. The boost is incredible. Woo! So it turned out really great, guys. And in the meantime, where I did that little kerfuffle back here, I was able to fix that spot that was over here somewhere, where I did the drill thing. I fixed it with some UV resin. I can't hardly find it. Yeah, it's right around here somewhere, right there. So that turned out really good too. Really impressive. All right, so the Clapton is now done. Wow. I was able to also fix these tuners by injecting some silicone synthetic grease, and now they work perfectly. No more jumping, very smooth. The baby is done. I want to thank you all for watching, hanging in. I know the series has been long to get to this point, but the results really good. So appreciate all your support. Catch you in the next one. Stay tuned.